Jai Hind, all the SRPians. This is Shashank sir. Dear students, welcome to the online classes of SRPS once again. Here you go. Today we are going to discuss about chapter 2nd, New Kings and Kingdoms. And in this chapter we are going to learn about few features. First of all, the emergence of new dynasties. And secondly, administration in the kingdoms. And thirdly, Prashatis and land grants, along with animations also. Well, let's take a look at the first page. Yeah, now as you can see, can you locate the Gurjar Pratiharas over there? Just let me show you. Yeah, this one, Gurjar Pratiharas. Next, Rashtrakutas, as you can see. And next one is Cholas, ultimately Chohamanas or Chohans. Okay, now let me talk about the emergence of new dynasties. By the 7th century, there are very big landlords or warriors, chiefs in different regions of the subcontinent. In India, in existing kings often acknowledge them as their subordinate or samantas. Let me discuss about it through an animation. So here you go, new kings and kingdoms and samantas in 17th century. There are big and rich landlords in various regions of the continent who were being referred as samantas by the kings. Duties of samantas was to bring gifts for the kings and help the kings for providing military support. The case of Because of power and wealth, the samantas sometimes called themselves as Mahasamantas and Mahamandaleshwara. Let's see an example. When Samantas asserted their independence from kings, Rashtrakutas were the subordinates of Chalukyas and of Karnataka. But in mid 18th century, Rashtrakutas chief named Dantidurga threw a Chalukya king and did a ritual Hiranya Garbha, which led to rebirth of Kshatriya. Let us see the Chalukya dynasty. It was a powerful dynasty in India, a royal dynasty that ruled large parts of southern and central India between 6th and 12th century. During this period, they ruled as three related but individual dynasties. The earliest dynasty, known as the Badami Chalukyas, ruled from their capital Batapi from the middle of 6th century. Later on, the Badami Chalukyas. Let's take a look. Figure 1. This is the picture. A wall relief from cave Ellora showing Vishnu as Narsimha, the man lion, as well as it is work of the Rashtrakuta period. Here you go, administration in the kingdoms. Many of these new kings adopted high sounding titles such as Maharaja Adhiraja, like great king, overlord of the kings, overlord of the kings, Tribhuvana Chakravarti, lord as the three words, and so on. And let's take a look through an animation. Maharaja Adhiraja. The kings were being titled as Maharaja Adhiraja or Tribhuvana Chakravarti. The power of king was shared with samantas, peasants, traders, and brahmanas. The divine right of kings or the divine theory of the kings is political and religious doctrine of royal and political legitimacy. That is, a monarch is subject to no the early authorities, deriving right to rule directly from the rule of God. The king is thus not subject to will of this people or any other state or the realm, including the church. According to this doctrine, only God can judge an unjust king. Also, the resources were obtained from peasants, etc., who gave a part of what they produced and had to give rent to the kings to whom the land belonged. The tribals were compelled to borrow money from jamindars at high rates of interest. When they were not capable of repaying the loans, they were forced to become bonded laborers. The tribals reacted to the British rule in different ways. The first was led by the tribal chiefs, whose rights have been taken away. Second phase was the reaction to the new political and agricultural issue. The third phase was in favor tribal involvement in a national movement. British also exposed to the tribes. Tribals was deprived by the jamindars, moneylenders, and British officials. Tribals were directed against the outsiders. Now let's take a look at Prashatis and land grants. That contains details that may not be literally true, but they tell us how rulers wanted to depict themselves as valiant, victorious warriors. For example, these were composed by learned brahmanas who occasionally helped them in administration. Prashastis and land grants. As you can see, Prashastis is a special kind of inscription, meaning in praise of God, and they were composed in praise of the rulers. These tall claims were not actually true. Rulers wanted to show themselves as great warriors and often described themselves as equal to the god. Next, as you can see, it contains information such as how rulers wanted to depict themselves, such as victorious, valiant, as I told you earlier. But the land grants were recorded on copper plates, which were given to the proprietors of the land. The kings used to present lands to the Brahmins, and it is recorded on plates as proofs. The Sanskrit poem was being written about the history of kings who wrote Kashmir. It was composed by Kalahanas Raj Tarangini. This is the book name. He has not only mentioned the qualities of the kings but also their immortal acts. The main objective of this work was propagation of morality. He has appreciated the prevalence of religious tolerance in the various sects of Kashmir. Hindus and Muslims work together without ever having enmity. He has specially opposed the kings who ever tried to disturb the sanity. He has specially opposed the king unity, and he has bilaterally criticized the greedy priest, indisciplined soldier, and weak officials. Kalhana used a variety of sources, including inscriptions, documents, eyewitness accounts, and earlier histories, to write his account. Unlike the writers to approach this, he was often critical about rulers and their policies. So that's all for today. I will discuss you warfare for wealth in the next class. Till then, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you very much.